Hello everyone. Uh, Please give me a sign. Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, that's nice. Very welcome to our third lesson. This lesson about trance, shamanic trance, of course, but also generally about trance, how it can be helpful uh, to use trance and different types of trance, and what happened when you get into the trance, and yeah, how the shamans use trance for the ceremonies, rituals. That's an idea. I cannot hear you. Somebody say, try to maybe move the uh, speaker, but others can hear. Yeah, I understood right. Yes. Okay.
I can hear you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Just to get some feedback. If you cannot hear for some reason, somebody cannot hear, then it's need to be corrected, the technical part of from your side. And same as we did before, yeah, you can ask questions. Just put on microphone, but during the lesson, keep microphone off. Then there's no extra sounds around. And number one, what is shamanic trance? It's a certain state what we can shift, and that state help us to easily connecting with the dream world, because the job of the shaman is to be in the both of the worlds and actually connect dream world and material world in the same time. And for that reason, when I'm doing the ceremonies myself, I try to stay in between, because I still need to watch what happen with the people in around, but at the same time I have to travel and get some um, task of the dream travel, and it's like I'm balancing in between two worlds in the same time. And trance helped me with that, because without trance it's more difficult. And of course, ability to get in trance have every person, but this ability some people have more. I mean, some people can easily get into the trance. They don't even need to use a drum or any other instrument or movement. They just uh, can do it like a switch, like they switch bottom and then they in the trance. I met many people like this. Normally it's very sensitive people, and it's in a way good, because then they can easily get into the trance. But sometimes it's also, if that process is not regulated well. Imagine that you are during some party, I mean, birthday or whatever, and then suddenly you switch to trance. And when people look at you when you are in trance, often it look not nice, because in trance your body start to do things which is normal person in a normal state don't do, never do. uh, and everyone understand like something is going on with you, and they don't know how to help you, but actually you don't need any help, but people don't understand it. And often I see situation when people try to pulling a person from trance back, and what they do normally, they simply just start beating on your face or sometimes they even put some water on your face, and it feels like abuse. But in the same time, it's also important to regulate that state, that you're not just shifted to trance suddenly, because you need to be aware of that. And unfortunately, exist people who uh, do it, how to say, suddenly. And I help several people with that problem, that they came to me and say, oh, I went to trance easily, and sometimes I'm afraid to visit my family meetings, because I'm afraid that I get in trance again, and then people again will be look at me as I'm a bit crazy because it's look not so nice, as I already say. But it's most of the time people have opposite problem, and opposite problem is to get into the trance. Yeah, like they have a very big resistance system, or you can say protection system, which not allowed you to get into the trance. Yeah, and it's okay, we all have that system. It's like hmm, in a way related with the fear, like we afraid to lose control. And many people, maybe some of you also have that idea or feelings. I'm afraid to lose control on my life, because when you get in a deep trance, you really losing control on your body. And actually for the body is good, because then the body start immediately releasing different kind of tensions or blockages, physical or energetical. And for the physical body to be in trance is quite healthy. But I mean, I'm talking more about the deep trance now. And but in a way it's also nice if somebody watching you, because if you in a deep trance, then your body start to create certain movements which you cannot control, and maybe nearby something like expensive furniture, or I don't know, something from the concrete or whatever, and then you can damage your body, or you can also damage something around. For that reason, good if you're practicing trance, to do it just in the nature, somewhere in open place in the nature. Then you cannot hurt anyone, and also not yourself. Also, another option that you have some assistants who is around and who can help you to stay safe in this trance. When I do this exercise or practice with the trance with the group in my groups in workshops, normally one is watching and another one is going to trance. And I remember one of the last workshops, it was in Switzerland, and the man who get in this trance, he experienced a life of the wolf, from to be born as a wolf, as a baby wolf, and to get an old wolf. And that's all happened just in about 10 minutes of trance. And when he came back from this trance, he first what he asked, how long we been in trance, because he felt like all life of the wolf. It's not 1 year, it's like many years of being a wolf. And then I say it's only, only 10 minutes. He was very shocked, because in trance, in a deep trance, yeah, the time is completely different, and you can experience in a very short time a very long journey as that man. And there's also was quite an exciting to be a wolf, yeah, during this trance. And he get to know wolves much better after this experience. It means with a trance is an instrument, we can say like that, for the shaman, and is a great instrument because you can really experience a lot. And it's not only for fun we going for trance. Normally you have some task what you carry with you, and trance is just helping you to reach your goal, to reach your task. And for that reason, trance is one of the most important instruments, same as a drum, uh, for for the shamans. And now I would like to share some different types of trance. First of all, you can split trance on deep trance and we can say soft trance. Deep trance, when you completely lose your connection with your physical body, and then you totally shifted into the dream body, dream reality. And that's the deep trance. soft trance, it's when you keep the connection between two realities. And in shamanism, we have a special tool. I don't know how it's called in English. I can show you better on my hat. It's a shamanic hat. I will wear it for you and show you. You can see here the stripes, yeah, in front of the head. When I'm talking with the people, I keep it like this up. But when I start to get into the trance, I move that stripes in front of my eyes, yeah. And then what happened that when I look, I can see what happened around. But at the same time, it's helping me to stay in a certain easy stay in the trance at the same time, yeah. And most of the Siberian shamans have the hat with these stripes. They can be different. Sometimes they're made from very uh, thin ropes. Sometimes they make it from leather, as mine made. It doesn't matter. It's more important that you can see both worlds in the same time, because if you're guiding people, it will be not so nice if you just get into the deep trance and the people stay without guidance. And because you have responsibility to guide people through the ceremony, through the ritual, you keep your eye on them, because maybe you get in trance and people already go home, yeah. They say, oh, that's not so interesting, we just go home. And then when you come back, and then you thought, oh, that's a great ceremony together, but there's no one already there, and you have your ceremony just for yourself. For that reason, I always look at the people and watch what they are doing, and if they need some support or guidance, I do it for myself. Yeah? And that's why I call it more like a soft trance, because you are not in a deep, yeah, you not go deep into the dream world, dream reality, and you just stay in between and balancing with that, because you have to watch what happened there and you have to watch what happened here. And this is actually one of the main quality or kind of main ability of the shaman, be in the both realities in the same time. And I'm sure most of you can do that as well. It's not so difficult, just need a little practicing, and if you're practicing, you can do that. And another way to split trance, I would say like this: it's like healthy trance and unhealthy trance, because exist different trance which is coming from different chemicals. For example, if somebody drink a lot of alcohol, uh, like vodka, yeah, for example, and then you also get in trance, but I call it a chemical trance, because some chemicals in your body activate that state in your system. And of course, exist not only alcohol, but also many different plants or some narcotics what people use, and it's also give people the trance state. But I call it's not so healthy, because it's easy get addicted of that, because trance give you a quite a great experience, and then you start looking for this experience. But because it's so easy, just take something in and then get into the trance, then people start to use that way, and because of that they become more and more depend from that chemicals, and after that they cannot feel well anymore without it, because they need more and more to be in trance. And actually, if you look on your own life or life of other people, we all need trance, yeah. You know the song, all we need is love, yeah. But actually you can say also all we need is trance, because with trance you can easily feel love, yeah. and many other emotions and feelings. Trance is like a gate which is opening up many possibilities for you. And also, what I see now, many people get a bit too serious about them life. Life actually become serious, not for everyone, maybe not for you, but if I look at my patients who come to me, if I look at the people what come to my teachings, many people take life a bit too serious. They say it's very, very important, yeah. But imagine that you're living like thousands, millions of lives, and it's only one from this million, yeah. And inside this life happened like a million of different things, different situations, and even if you look back, I don't know, 10 years ago, then you will see that the situation 10 years ago is not so important anymore for you, yeah. But what happened in present, usually people take it too serious, and that's why many teachers, spiritual teachers, they teach people to sense life like a kind of game, and it is a game actually. And instead of to take it too serious, you try to play in this game, and try to find out joy in that play, yeah. Because if you take serious, then you focus yourself too much about material reality, a material world, and then you start missing connection with the dream world. And when you're missing that, then you start looking for trance. You start looking what will help you to switch. And of course, sleeping time is one of the option, because when you sleep, you also have your form of trance, you can say a dream travel. But during the day, it's also very long, and people get tired and get stressed and get tense, and then they start looking for opportunity to release that stress. That's why many people get easy addicted. But exists also healthy form of trance, and one of them, which everyone know, it's a dance. For example, if you like dancing, and it's a very natural and a very healthy way of trance. And if you look at the different tribes, history of different tribes, every tribe have a dance. Yeah, traditional Russian dance, traditional Dutch dance, traditional German dance. Yeah, in Dutch, in the wooden shoes you have to dance, and whatever. But every tribe have some dance. If you take Siberian tribes, it's also sun dance. Yeah, people do, or some other dances as well. It's very common. In the past, people don't use a music what we have now. Actually, we very lucky to live in this time, because the music is so great now, so great rhythms, different varieties. You can choose whatever you want. In the past, people use more rhythmic instruments. Mainly, it was a drum for the dance, and dance one of it. Also, when you have a long monotone movements, one of most common movements is walking. Yeah, when you walk for long distance, then you also can switch to the trance as well, and that's why walking is very healthy too. Not only because you have a fresh air and you move your body, but also give you a certain trance. Also, sometimes people who run marathon, and when you run marathon, you also have rhythmic movements, and some people get in trance also during that, and sometimes they have to turn to the right, but they keep running straight, for example. Yeah, that's also because they losing a little bit a connection with the material reality. But that's also can bring you in trance as well. Uh, actually any kind of rhythmic movements is bringing trance. And then immediately I remember small kids, yeah, small kids when they just baby kids, yeah, they often need that you move them, yeah. They also like a trance, because when child stay in the womb of the mother, constantly a child hear the heartbeat rhythm, and the heartbeat rhythm, it's a something what stay with us for forever, because it's a form of trance too. And also mother is moving, yeah, like walking, for example, and the child also walking with this rhythm. And I remember my kids, when you just holding them in the hands, it's not enough, but when you start holding and walking, then they get relaxed, because they also catch that movement, and that movement help them to feel safe, and also shift it from material world to the dream world. And it's mean kids also like trance, and we actually all like trance. And if you look at other forms of trance, as a singing, for example, but not rock and roll singing, but it's more like monotone singing, like uh, form of chanting, yeah, like you have mantra singing, or singing a song which is repeating like a certain rhythm, and that's also can give you a trance. In some tradition, actually many tradition, spiritual tradition, people use different herbs for smudging, and those herbs also have, they are not have effect that you glucinate, or that's what I call um, trance with addiction, but they give you anyway some effect that you can also get in trance. It's mean they're not unhealthy, but they also helping you to get in trance, like in church, yeah, they have certain oil, and then this oil they spreading all around, and this is also a way of trance. Also in Hindu tradition in India, they have that incense sticks, and these sticks also carry some herbs, which is also can help you to get in trance. Not all of them, but some some of them. And what else you can find yourself, what bring, for example, many people like to climbing to the mountains is also can bring you in trance, especially if you stay on the top of the mountain, or top of the big hill, for example, because the energy of the earth is coming up, and when you get close to the top, or you stay on the top, then the energy of the earth go through your body, and that vibration of this energy can also give you a trance too. And on top of it, you're constantly walking, and that walking is also bring you in trance. And that's why people so much like mountains. I mean, not the view of the mountains, but also kind of walking in the mountains, climbing to the mountains. It's give you a trance as well. And that's what I call healthy form of trance. And in my teachings, in my educations, workshops, of course, I teach more healthy form of trance. In Siberia, of course, we have a tradition to use some mushrooms as well for the medicine for the trance, but I prefer to use like a drum dance, rhythmic movements, which help me and my students to get in trance. And today, at the end of our hour, I would like you to also trying to get into the trance with the certain movements, and the movements you will choose yourself, because everyone have a different, I would say, mood, energy, feelings, condition, and maybe also situation. Maybe you cannot dance right now in front of the computer. Maybe there's some people around, but at least everyone can sit and have some movements with the hands or movements with the head. Yeah, that's what you can do. And next, what I like to share, it's about deep trance. Yeah, deep trance. We call it's a special spirit which can help you with the deep trance, and we call the spirit Timbura. Timbura, it's a name of the spirit, and this spirit have a connection. Every person have your own Timbura, and if you want to learn about deep trance, then you need to find that spirit. And usually the spirit living in the place, in the nature, somewhere in the forest, inside the skeleton of the animal. It can be animal like deer or wolf or a horse or tiger or whatever. It can be any kind of animal, but not the live animal, but dead animal, and what left from this animal only a skeleton. And we say that the timbura living inside that skeleton. Yeah, and we believe that everyone should connect with your timbura spirit to get into the deep trance. If you connect with the timbura kind of helping you to get through that resistant. Resistant is a fear to lose control. Yeah, because why alcohol is so helpful? Because alcohol, for example, switch off that fear to lose control. Yeah, you can dance on the table and you not care anymore because it's like make that switch. And with the drumming, when you're drumming and get in trance, that is a bit more difficult because it's coming that resistant, like I'm afraid to lose control, and what happen when I will lose control. Yeah, I'm afraid to get through that border. It's mean there's a kind of border. When you cross that border, you losing control on your physical body, and then you get in deep trance. But in the beginning, normally, most of the people, they hardly can reach that border. What you can do, you can try to come close to that border to get into the trance, in the deep trance. And you need to practice, because every time when you practice, you get closer and closer to that border. And I especially recorded a drum beat for connection with the timbura. It's a drum beat when I start very slowly. Yeah, I start very slowly drumming. I mean, the rhythm is slow, and then I'm rising intensity of the rhythm. And at the end of the drumming, at the end of the beat is going very very intense, like as fast as I can. And this like a kind of ritual, and I especially record it for people who want to get connection with Timbura. And actually, my track, what I record, is called Timbura. And for the people in the group, I can give this for free. Just send you with the next reminder letter. Tomorrow morning, I will send the recording, and I will send you this track too. Then you can try to listen this track and try to follow the connection with the spirit of Timbura. Only be sure that you have a space enough and you're not doing in a tiny room, because in case if you get in trance, deep trance, you can like lie down on the floor and get some time in trance. Or it's better if somebody is watching you. And when you're going to use that track, you need to use your steps, like one beat on a drum, it's one step. Yeah, like you put your foot and then poof, and then you do that steps. And when the intensity of the rhythm is rising, then your steps also get faster. Actually, at the end, you're like running in one place, and that supposed to help you to get faster in connection with Tinbura spirit and also get in a deep trance. But don't worry if you not reach the deep trance immediately. As I say, most of the people need a training to get closer to the border, and then allow yourself to lose control about um, about yourself. And I find out that people who is more serious about life, they afraid to lose control more. And people who are less serious about life, they're more flexible and they more easy get in a deep trance. And but again, it's very good things to do and practice. And this is a deep trance, yeah. And the soft trance is a trance which you normally can do even by listening soft rhythmic music. For example, music for the night sleep. Yeah. Now in YouTube and internet, you can easily find a music for 2 hours, and this music like have a certain rhythm and is going on and on and on, but this rhythm is repeating. And because it's repeating is also step by step give you trance, and that's what we call soft trance, because you are not gone from your body, but actually sometimes even that music can make you out of your body and shift to the dream body. It's mean if you do some healing, it's good to use such a music for the people to get in trance. And I do it as well for some dream travels. Instead of drumming, I use sometimes rhythm of the monotone song. And what can help you as well, it's use your voice when you are working with a trance. You can use your voice. We call it's like chanting, like you like hey hey hey. You not make any special words. You just working with a rhythm, and you use your voice just like an instrument. Because for the drum you need two hands, but for the singing you don't need any hands, and you can just be more flexible in that way. Okay, then what I would like to say about trance, what's the intention, yeah, why we get in trance. I've already say a few words that number one, it's shifting from material world to the dream world. Also, for releasing that tension and blocks in our physical body, because by living this life we collecting a lot of tension. Even at the end of the day you feel that your body get more stiff, and even by the medical instructions that even your body get a bit smaller, maybe half centimeter or something like that. When you're sleeping, your body is stretching, and then you get a bit longer, taller again. That's what happened with our body, because during the day anyway we get more tight. And trance actually it's a way to transform that, to switch that from one energy of being tense to the energy of being um, more relaxed. Also, trance help you to learn from the spirits. Remember the first lesson we talk about connection with the spirits. It's mean trance help you to connect with the spirits. And I just make you example that the man connect in 10 minutes, feel all life of the wolf. It's mean you can use trance for, you can say, fast learning, but it's not a traditional learning like in university you do, but it's a shamanic learning, like you connecting deep with some spirit, and that spirit becoming part of you, and then you know what does it mean to be the spirit. Like you get that wisdom not from your head to your feelings, but just from your feelings already to your head. It's like a little bit another way, but it's actually the fastest way to learn. It means trance can help you to get more information, learning about something, experience about something, and also trance. It's a way to reach your goal as a shaman, because as a shaman, I'm traveling, or other shamans traveling in a dream world, and we're not just traveling there for fun. We're traveling always for some reason, and that reason usually connected with the people which coming and asking to help. Just before this meeting, I have traveled to underworld for some person to search for the lost parts of the soul. And that was my last dreaming before before that lesson. And this is an example. Yeah, just you get in trance to have some task, to realize some task. And again, trance is a very healthy thing. And if you get in trance, or if you see someone in trance, the first rule: never push person out of trance. Just let the person stay in the trance as long as it's necessary, because maybe it takes 5 minutes, maybe it takes half an hour, but you just need to maybe stay around, take care, but not pulling out of trance, especially with the cold water, yeah, or slaps on the face. This is the most ridiculous abuse what can be done. It's the same like you're sleeping in the night, that somebody like to wake up, yeah, don't sleep, because it's dangerous for you. And same with the trance, yeah, if somebody in trance, you just have to respect that state and just let it be. Only if it's cold outside, like if outside -20, -30, and then someone in trance, then of course in that case, yeah, I would do something to save life of the person, because, but normally it's not happen, because that cold, it's not allowed you to get in trance, because cold make you a bit stiff, and that's not working like this, only if you take too much alcohol. Because in Siberia and Russia, many people, drunk people, they get freezing in the winter. They just drink too much, then they walking, and then they felt, and they fall asleep, because they feel warm in the moment, but after a few minutes they already uh, can be freezing. And in that case it's dangerous, because but it's also not a nice trance. That's not what I'm teach. I just give you an examples that you understand how it works. But another case, you need to respect that state and help people to stay as long as they need to stay. It's a form of travel, because they have a good time. They experience some dream travel. They experience some dream reality, and maybe they busy with something very important during this this travel. And then you're disturbing, and you just take them out of this reality. Yeah. Okay. Now, some questions maybe you like to ask what I share, and after the questions, we already can do some practical things with the drum and the trance. Yeah?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
I only know the Mongolian word, which is tsog, about the fire eyes, which is why shamans wear the eye curtains, the fringe. Can you say any more about that?
What do you
That
mean
there
fire eyes?
that there is like fire that comes from shaman eyes when they're in trance.
Yeah, that's true, because when shaman in trance, it's like it's get how to say, it's get too strong sometimes, and for some reason those things also can protect. And just remind me what you say, the story from Siberian shamans, and those stories even was recorded on video. Old shamans, they in trance, in a big trance, they even did things like sitting in the fire, or some of them take a metal stick and they put the stick through the body, and before that they put it into the fire also, and then take it out, and then at the end of the trance they don't feel any problem with them health or the body. It's mean in the trance your body gets into the very huge power, especially shaman. Even shamans in the past, they use a lot of assistance, and a couple of assistants, when shaman get in trance, they holding uh, a physical body of the shaman in a chain or in the ropes to that is not get, for example, to the fire or something like that. It's like the power was so huge that even several people need to holding the shaman during the trance. And what you say about the eyes, yeah, that's true. Like during the trance, it can be very strong power, and as you call it's a fire eye. That's have a sense. But anyway, what I described with that curtains is have maybe both issues. Like you can use it for getting in trance, and then when you're already in trance, it's also like protecting your eyes that other people cannot look at your eyes. Yeah. Any other questions you maybe like to ask? All right, then we going to practice a bit. Now I will drum for you again, and during the drumming, I ask you to find some rhythmic movements what you can do. One of the simple rhythmic movements what you can do, you can just move your head like this. Not very much, otherwise you get dizzy, but just a little bit like this. Also, you can use your arms to move, or better if you're just standing up and start moving in the place near your computer, yeah. And again, this can be movements what you enjoy. You have to bring some movements what it feels good for you, but these movements shouldn't be too much creative, yeah. You not make a new dance like cha-cha-cha or tango or something like that. You just find one simple movement, and you just keep repeating this movement. And a tip, yeah, for you when you are moving and you listen the rhythm, you try to feel like if you are too much in your mind, if you hear your mind all the time, like analyzing, am I moving right? Am I beauty when I'm moving? Is it the right trance or not for me? Then in that moment, you try to move your head as well, because it's very helpful to switch off your inner dialogue. Because inner dialogue, actually, this is form of resistance to get into the trance. Yeah, and you just try, and our intention to get into the soft trance, yeah, not in a deep trance, because I don't want you to felt on your computer or something like that. Just soft trance. And if you feel like you're getting in trance, I would suggest you to sit back and just keep your eyes closed. And when you feel the state of trance, then I like you to switch to the energy of happiness. Yeah, like to connect with the spirit of happiness, because it's very how to say, nice if you're already in trance to use the trance for something great. And I think to be happy, it's a great energy, great spirit what you can connect. And you invite happiness, like you can say I'm happy, or we are happy, or happiness, 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 many times repeated. You can start to do it already during the movement, yeah, like you invite the spirit of happiness. And when you feel like you don't need to move anymore, you already kind of switch to the trance, and you feel very well, very good. You sit and you just connect with happiness, maybe smiling, maybe start laughing, whatever. It's already up to you. but this is what we do. I will drum for you. You first find the movement what it feels good for you to do by sitting or by standing or by walking. You can walking around your chair and with the same movements. And then when you feel too much in a dialogue in your head, you support your movement of your head like this, yeah, constant movement with the same rhythm. And finally, if you get the feelings of being in trance, like you, for example, can feel like you're a little bit drunk, like drunk, not drunk, but like drunk, then it's the right state. What can help you as well, another tip, your muscles on the face. Try to relax your muscles, especially you can open your mouth like this, yeah, that relax these places here. And generally just try to relax your face, because your face responds to the rest of your muscles in the body. And when you relax your face, it's easy to get in trance as well, like a little bit like that. Not too much open your mouth, otherwise some fly will get into your mouth. Just a little bit, yeah, like this. And yeah, then follow the rhythm of the drum and listening the drum. And when you get the right feelings, you simply connect with the happiness. Yeah, maybe you will see happiness spirit, maybe you will see yourself happy, maybe you will see all our group is happy, and maybe your family, it doesn't matter, but somehow you have to feel the connection with happiness. It's a small task for the trance to connect with happiness, otherwise it will be trance only for trance, yeah. And I just try to bring a little spirit what you connect in this ritual. Okay, then find the position what you choose for the trance, sitting or standing. And when you listen rhythm of the drum, you start to move. And now you take a seat and keep your eyes closed and keep your connection with the happiness spirit. Feel yourself happy, see happy people around you, and feel that you celebrate your life, you enjoy your life, and your physical body is not moving, but in your dream you can dance, you can run, you can jump, you can celebrate life. And now try to sense how change your feelings before you start moving and get in trance. And right now, what you feel, how the connection with happiness spirit, what is brought to you. And if you connect well, then you're supposed to feel a bit more happy or a lot more happy right now. And this is your short experience to be in trance and a soft trance. And I hope you get good experience. Now you can come back slowly, take your time, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And when you're ready, you can ask questions about trance. If you have some, feel free to do that.
Ahamkara, when we do the deep trance alone, then you ask your totem for protection or what?
Yes, you can ask a totem to protect you. That's fine, but also you can just practically try to choose the right place for that. As I say, the best is outside in the open place, in maybe open field. If there's not option, because in the winter you cannot do that, then I advise sometimes people in the room, if you have a big room, then in the middle of the big room put a carpet, and when you're not yet in the deep trance, you can feel when your feet go out of carpet, and then you can bring yourself back, because often people, when they start moving in trance, they not sense that they are walking already some meters away from the place where you stay in the beginning, and they still think that they are in the same place. But yeah, you can start moving, and also good to have some soft floor, because when you get in a deep trance, most of the time you felting down, yeah, not always very intense, but just you can felt down, and it's a soft carpet would be really good underneath. But I anyway recommend that someone is watching you, because that's more safe. Also for you, it's easy, because then you have a less resistance, because you know somebody protect you, save you, and then you have a less fear to lose control. That's also especially if the person who you trust. Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
you're welcome. And yes,
Ahamkara, I have a question.
Mhm.
When I practice trance, I clearly feel that I come in another feeling, and also it feels like I'm constantly almost fall asleep. Like when I go to sleep, then there's a moment that you go from wake to sleep. And that moment, it's like I constantly feel that when I go in trance.
Yeah, but it's actually this moment what you describe, it's actually a moment of trance as well, yeah? And it's a moment of connection with the dream world, when you are shifting from the material world to the dream world. And for everyone is can have a different sensation. Like for you it's going this way, for another person it can be different. But when you go a little bit further, then you start your journey in the dream world. And the trance, again, it's instrument, it's not what you have to sense or feel. It's more an instrument which help you to shift. And when you shift, then you already experience the dream world, but you can experience many things in the dream world. You can experience very good and beautiful spirits like angels, for example, and you can experience very heavy spirits. Depends where you go to your travel, like night dreams. Yeah, sometimes you have nightmares, sometimes you have a beautiful dreams. That's how I can explain this.
I would like to ask a question.
Mhm.
Can you explain for me if I use trance to heal myself? How do I do? Should I be aware of something special?
When you're going to heal yourself with trance, first of all, trance itself give you healing for your body, yeah. And the second, you can choose the spirit what you want to connect for that healing. And in Siberian tradition, we often choose Umai. It's a spirit of Mother Earth. And by the way, tomorrow I would like to share in the day number 4. I would like to share information, knowledge about 4 different worlds from Altai Siberian tradition. It's a world of the underworld, middle world, upper world, and the world of the night sky. And those 4 worlds related with the 4 big spirits. And one of the big spirits is the Mother Earth Umai. And for the healing, we often choosing Umai to connect, or maybe not directly Umai, but some spirits from Umai. It's a nature spirits, it's animals, and different plants. You can connect, or some landscape like lake or river or mountain. And by connecting with these spirits, you can get healing as well. Also, in my education, I teach people to connect to the spirits like ancestors, Ayami spirit. Ayami is the spirit of the place where you was born. And there's many spirits which can carry healing vibes and healing energy. And you just need to choose one, choose by yourself before you go to trance, what spirit you like to connect. Or you just can also choose another option, focus about healing that you want to heal yourself. You focus about intention. And then the spirit already come to you to help you with this intention. And this is another option, but both ways is working.
Thank you.
Okay, then thank you very much for being here today. I'm really appreciate that you coming to this course, and I'm glad to do it for you. And of course, maybe for some of you, I know that some of you already experience with shamanism, with the rhythm, with the trance. But anyway, it's nice to repeat some things and nice to also stay in that energy. And see you tomorrow at the same time.